When you can't make it to City Hall or the school board meetings, local journalists from BrainerdDispatch.com will be there to report the facts and get your questions answered. Local news works for you. Stay up to date at BrainerdDispatch.com. Good morning, Brainerd Lakes area. It's Friday, September 5th. I'm Teresa Burke with your Brainerd Dispatch Minute, the weekday podcast of the Brainerd Dispatch, brought to you by Rayboyd and Francis Law Firm and Riverwood Healthcare Center, catching you up on the news of the Brainerd Lakes area. Here are today's top local headlines. But first, let's hear from one of our sponsors.
Remember just two things. Rayboyd and Francis, good. Insurance companies, bad.
Rayboyd and Francis gets it done. 828-9211.
A Brainerd High School student was taken into custody Wednesday after making a threat. A staff member reported overhearing the threatening comments the day before and called the police. Law enforcement identified a 15-year-old male student who made the remarks. He was taken into custody for felony threats of violence and transported to a juvenile detention center. Police said they did not identify an immediate threat to the community at any time. The incident remains an active investigation and has been referred to the Crow Wing County Attorney's Office for prosecution. The Cass County Board approved a preliminary 2026 tax levy with an increase of nearly 12% over this year. The increase is more than the prior year, but less than what was recommended by the Citizen Budget Committee. Departmental requests for 2026 rose by more than 1%, and the county is set to receive less program aid for the coming year. Staff was able to decrease the levy from original projections by not including a portion of salaries for consistently open positions, using various fund balances, and reducing the number of jail beds contracted with Itasca County. Read more on the budget in today's e-edition or at BrainerdDispatch.com. The Brainerd City Council tabled a decision on a levy for the Housing and Redevelopment Authority until more information can be gathered about the entity's current financial situation. Council members voted 6-1 this week to table the measure until September 15th. They want to know how much cash the HRA has in its reserve fund. Concerns were raised about whether the city's levy to the HRA is actually spent on programming or just sits in reserves. I've got the full story in today's Dispatch e-edition and online. Now let's hear from another sponsor.
Riverwood Healthcare Center, a top 100 critical access hospital offering advanced surgical solutions, plus a wide range of primary and specialty care at clinics in Aiken, Garrison, and McGregor. Learn more at riverwoodhealthcare.org.
From former Dispatch publisher Terry McCullough's column, This Was Brainerd, exploring the Dispatch archives, here's today's tidbit of local history, brought to you by Mills Automotive Group. 80 years ago today, in 1945, the Dispatch reported that in one of its most significant sessions in many months, the City Council voted to retain nationally famous S.R. DeBoer to create a master plan for Brainerd. The plan should include the city's proposition to the state to locate a state hospital for the feeble-minded in the area. For a daily dose of This Was Brainerd, visit BrainerdDispatch.com or find McCullough's column in the newspaper or e-edition. Now here's today's Lakes area forecast, brought to you by JN Tree Service and Landscaping.
Storm Tracker.
Happy Friday, Brainerd Lakes area. We're going to be cloudy and becoming windy throughout the day. We'll have a slight chance of a rain shower. Highs are going to be in the mid-50s with winds out of the west-northwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. In the evening, we'll have some cloudy skies early and then partly cloudy after midnight with a low around the low 40s going into Saturday morning, where we'll have a mix of clouds and sun early and then becoming cloudy later on in the day. Will be fairly cool. Highs are going to be in the upper 50s with slightly weaker winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. In the evening, we'll have mostly clear skies and dipping down to the low 40s going into your Sunday, where we'll be mainly sunny besides a few afternoon clouds. Highs are going to be around the mid 60s, so a little bit warmer, and winds are going to be pretty calm, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Going into next week, we are looking to see those low 70, upper 60 highs stick around along with some drier conditions ahead. This is Storm Tracker meteorologist Stefan Sundin.
Thanks to Mills Automotive Group, Rayboyd and Francis Law Firm, Riverwood Healthcare Center, and JN Tree Service and Landscaping for their support. And thank you for listening to the Brainerd Dispatch Minute. For more news throughout the day and for information on becoming a subscriber, visit BrainerdDispatch.com. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on Monday.